Good morning. I'm the Reverend Dr. William Knight, and I serve as pastor of Open Arms Metropolitan Community Church in Pahoa on the beautiful big island of Hawaii, where our mission, thank you, our mission is serving all of God's children with aloha. The United States Declaration of Independence states that all Americans have an unalienable right, including the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. According to the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and I quote, "When the architects of our republic wrote the magnificent words of the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, they were signing a promissory note to which every American was to fall heir." End of quote. And I say to you that the LGBT heirs of Hawaii are seeking those rights to the pursuit of happiness with the person that they choose to build a home with, that they choose to build a family with, spend their lives together with, build memories together with, grow old together with, not as a special class separate from our straight brothers and sisters, but as joint heirs of the promise. The Reverend Troy Perry, founder of Metropolitan Community Churches, began performing same-sex marriages in 1970 as a demonstration of his deeply held conviction that marriage is a civil right and that civil and political rights are universal rights that apply to every single person in this country. This day, Hawaii stands poised to take a giant step towards equality for citizens who've been waiting for simple fairness, who've been waiting for justice, who've been waiting for an end to discrimination based on who they are genetically and spiritually disposed to love. Dr. King's message of equality and inclusion reaches out to those who have been seeking the right and the responsibility to form a deep, meaningful connection to one whom they can love and devote their lives to, and with whom they can engage in that foundation of the American dream, their family. Dr. King's widow, Coretta Scott King, wrote these words, and I quote, "I still hear people say I should not be talking about the rights of lesbian and gay people, but I hasten to remind them that Martin Luther King Jr. said, and I quote, 'Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.'" She goes on to say, "I appeal to everyone who believes in Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream to make room at the table of brotherhood and sisterhood for lesbian and gay people." Unquote. Louder does not mean wider. I appeal to even my sisters and brothers. I appeal to everyone who believes in civil rights for all of God's children, even the loud children, to stand together in support of SB1, equality for all of God's children. Amen, and God bless you.
people vote! Let the 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 people go. Let the people go. Let the people go. Let the people go.
And grace will be